everyone and welcome to Shoshi's Crafts. I'd like to show you an explosion box that I've made for a friend for a Christmas present, which is not only in the shape of a beehive on the outside, but on the inside it has every aspect of life inside the beehive with the colony of bees that live there. So I hope you enjoy this project I've made. Okay, so this is the outside of the box, this is the front, and I've attached some little bees on acetate strips so that they're flying around. This is the entrance, little holes for the bees to fly in at the front. It's sitting on a base which I've put flower soft on, and I've cut some little flowers on my cricket, and that's like the little board that they rest on to fly in. The outside of the box has been done with my Fiskars texture plates with the wood grain effect, and then they were inked with Tim Holtz Distress inks. And the roof was done, that's done with the Distress inks as well, with in the middle, with some little brads which I've distressed by sanding them, make them a bit rough looking. And the bitumen roof I did with a mixture of black acrylic paint and pumice stone acrylic gel medium mixed together. I did several different attempts to get the right effect that I wanted. So I just turn it around, and I've got some grass growing up the sides. And come round to the front again. I don't think there's anything else to say about the front, about the outside of the box. So when we take the lid off, let's get it in the middle, and then it will explode, hopefully. Let's get it smoothly to explode. And in the middle, got more bees on their little acetate strips. I'll tip that up, you can see. There's a flower in the middle, and the little bees flying around. And each of the flaps has been done with another Fiskars texture plate. If I bring that in a bit closer, you might be able to see better. With a honeycomb texture, and then I've inked it with Distress inks. And then there's a little pocket on the front of each one, which was also done with clear embossing powder. Now each of the flaps has a little tag in it, and each tag represents one aspect of life in the beehive. And this is really quite fun. I wanted to make it humorous as well as informative. So when the bees come back to the hive with the pollen, they have on their back legs, they've got little pollen baskets that they fill up with pollen. So this one, this tag, that says best quality pollen, and there are lots of little baskets full of pollen there. That says food inwards. And that's the food store. Little pots of honey there. What shall I show you next? Now the worker bees, they work very hard. So I've given them a workers' union. So that says Stronger Together, Union of Female Workers. Okay. And they produce lots and lots of babies. So that's the nursery. Whether this is showing up very well at all, but at the top you can see all the little larvae in their cells, and then underneath there are some little prams and little feeding bottles. And the queen, she has royal jelly, so she's sitting on her throne in the royal palace, and she's got all her royal jellies around her, and then she's got some jelly moulds hanging on the wall up above her. And the drones don't do anything, they just lounge about and idle away their days. They're drinking, sleeping, fighting, singing and dancing, and not contributing anything to the life of the hive. Except when it comes to the time to mate with the new queen, and then after that they die. And one of the things that the worker bees do when they have found a good source of nectar and pollen, when they come back they dance on the surface of the hive to tell the other bees where to go. So in the hive we have the dance academy, and you can see that they've all got their little pink tutus on. Now, what am I showing you more? In a real beehive, the bees don't have any rest at all, they just work all the time. But I thought in this hive it would be nice to have a bit of downtime, a bit of R&R. So I've given them a cinema, and what else would they see in the cinema but bee movies? So that's my Beehive Explosion Box. Fold up the sides. And pop the lid back on. Hope you've enjoyed this project. See you again next time. Bye for now.